Welcome back. We have worked with shame and fear. Today, we meet the fire. This is lesson 16, anger alchemy. There are days when anger doesn't feel like a feeling at all. It feels like a voltage, a heat in the chest, a tight jaw, a fantasy of burning it all down. Anger says, something matters here. In this session, we learn to treat anger as sacred fire instead of an enemy. The goal isn't to be above anger, but to feel its heat, move it through the body, and translate its message into clear decisions. Our objectives today: understand anger as boundary energy, learn non-destructive ways to let the fire move, and identify the specific no your anger is announcing. To understand anger, remember that it is a survival current. It is a boundary reflex. It arises when something in us knows a line has been crossed. At its core, anger is a protest against humiliation and a defense of your dignity. Most of us alternate between two extremes: total suppression or total eruption. Suppressing anger turns it inward as self-attack. Exploding anger strengthens reactive patterns and damages trust. We need a third way: containment. Containment means you allow the energy to build and be felt without extinguishing it. It is the difference between a wildfire and a fire in a hearth. One destroys, the other warms the house. Your conscious self remains in charge. Because anger lives in the body as heat and electricity, it has to move through the body. No amount of reasoning will discharge the charge in your nervous system if the muscles are still braced. Let yourself walk, dance, or move. Sound is another path. Growling into a pillow or a strong shouted no can help unlock the throat. Voice carries emotion. When you give your vocal cords permission to vibrate with the feeling, you recognize you are no longer silenced. Once the physical charge settles, clarity appears. Ask the key question: what is my anger actually saying no to? Is it disrespect, overwork, self-betrayal? When you name the no, anger shifts from confusion to direction. The sacred fire shows you where a boundary needs to be drawn. This may be external, ending a harmful pattern, or internal, no longer betraying your own limits. Your boundaries teach the world how to treat you. Suppressed anger creates an incoherent signal to the quantum field. When you say no and act on it, your system becomes coherent. You are no longer broadcasting martyrdom, you are broadcasting a steady presence of self-respect. Naming the pattern is about reclaiming authorship of your inner script. You shift from the character to the writer. The fire that once threatened to consume you becomes the engine that builds what is next. Remember, anger signals that something matters. Move the energy before making decisions. Ask what the anger is saying no to, and let that no more become a clear boundary, not an explosion. In our next lesson, we'll explore the aligned broadcast and how to send a coherent signal into the field. I'll see you there.